Hello everyone, welcome to Prestige Castle Farm. My name is Innocent. First, we want to wish you all happy new year to all our subscribers, to all our fans and supporters that have followed us throughout this journey. We see the comment, we see the love. Thank you for all your support. Um, our objective at Prestige Castle Farm and the objective of pushing out this content is, one is to share our experience with our farmers, especially beginners farmers, people who wants to come into the livestock farming, such as the poultry farming, the rabbitry, or any other livestock that we're doing. We hope that by sharing our experience, that would be of benefit to you. Secondly, we want to contribute to the food security in our country, Nigeria, and in general, in Africa in general. Those are the two major motivations why we started this channel. So today, I'll be sharing with you the reasons why your birds are not laying and why you are not profitable in your layers farm. With the focus of this video is on layer farm. So if you are a layer farmer, or if you are an intending farmer, you want to start your layer farm, this video, I promise you, this video is going to be of immensely value to you. So to show you that I come prepared, I wrote it down. So stay with me as I bring down the important breakdown of the experiences, the mistake that have led to your egg, to a drop in your egg production. The first mistake is the type of bird and the quality of your day old chick. You see, there are different breeds of layer farm. One of them is the Isa Brown. There are different others. And the quality of your day old chick from the get go, can determine the quality of production that you can get during the year. I have seen some farmers that, they've gotten bad day old chick, and by what I mean by bad day old chick is that, maybe it's just roadside supplier that gave them their day old chick, or not from a reputable hatchery, and then that from the get-go they would be encountering one problem or another, from high mortality to issues of high disease, or you have issues of the birds not laying when they are due to lay. So you must make sure that when you are getting your day old chick, your day old pullet, that you are getting them from reputable supplier, or you get them from directly from the hatchery. I often recommend getting them directly from the hatchery, especially if you are buying a huge quantity. The hatchery would be more than willing to supply to your farm directly. The second mistake I have seen, and this are we just sharing our experiences. The second mistake we've seen is the brooding of your bird. You know, if you do not brood your bird properly, I can guarantee you that you will get a bad result. By brooding, it means the quality of eat that is provided to the bird, especially in their first 2 weeks, the vaccination, the right vaccination that is given to them. Make sure that when our birds arrive, that we give them the right multivitamin, the right glucose, and then we give them also the right medication that is required of them. In fact, we've just got in a new batch of day old pullets, and we got them on Sunday, and we had 2057, and from that Sunday till now we've only lost just two of those birds to farm. So you need to make sure that you brood your bird properly. If you make a mistake, or you cut corner in terms of the medication, or in terms of the giving them enough eat, or in terms of the multivitamin and other important brooding aspect, if you make a mistake in that stage, I can tell you it's going to come back later to bite you when they start producing. The third mistake I have seen is lack of vaccination. Lack of vaccination. You see, and that is why personally I don't recommend getting a point of lay or point of cage. I don't recommend that. My recommendation is you get your day-old chick and you give them the right vaccination, because there is possibility that where you are buying those day-olds, um, those point of lay or point of cage, that the farm where you are buying them from may have skipped some of their vaccination schedule. So you need to make sure that you follow the vaccination schedule, because if you fail to follow any of those, if you cut corner, I can tell you it would affect the bird drastically. The next mistake I have seen is where farmers are rushing their birds to lay. They are like, oh, I want my bird to start laying at 16 weeks, 15 weeks, or 16 weeks or less. The danger of that is there are possibility that not all your birds would have developed at that 16 weeks. And if you immediately, switch over to the layer feed, and some of your birds have not attained the right weight, you may end up having some birds that may not even lay for you throughout their cycle, because you rush them to start laying when their system is not fully developed. So give them the right feed that they are supposed to eat, and ideally, anything from 18 to 20, 21 weeks is usually the best time for your birds to start laying, because by then they are fully developed. The fifth mistake that I've seen from experience is cutting corner in the quality of feed. Cutting corner in the quality of feed. Guys, I cannot emphasize this enough. Give your birds, from the first day they arrive till when they leave your farm, give them quality feed. Quality feed. Because, with the layer farms, it's usually, even the broilers as well, it's usually garbage in, garbage out. If you cut corner and you give them feed that are substandard, that do not have the right nutrient, that do not have the right crude protein, they will produce smaller egg sizes for you. They will not produce to their best capacity, because the bird needs to, first of all, your layer needs to first of all consume what it needs for herself before she starts generating the egg production. So you must make sure that you give them quality feed. Please do not cut corner there. The next thing that I've seen from experience, in fact, we had to learn the hard way in this, was the quality of water. You see, I have seen farms that do not treat their water at all. They just, you could tell them they could be like in 6 months, 8 months, a year, they've not treated their water. They don't even check the water, the quality of the water that they give to the birds. Sometimes the lack of production, or your birds are not producing as they should. One of the reasons for that could be in the water. So you can also take your water sample, take it to a lab, let them check it and check the quality of it, if it is good enough for your birds. Because I can tell you, majority of what your birds need is proper water. If you give them good water, good feed, they will produce for you, especially if you do the right thing that I've said. So the quality of water is very, very important. Now, one of the things also that I've seen that could be the mistake that some farmer make, that could affect their egg production is the type of system, housing system that they use. Some people build their housing in such a way that is not conducive for the birds. There is no proper ventilation. There's no proper litter management system put in place. All of these can affect the bird. If you have a structural problem from the get-go, that can affect your egg production. So you must make sure that your beds, if you are using the deep litter system, that you put the right thing in place. You put your wood shave, or your sawdust, or whatever you use. You put enough of it. You make sure that there's proper cross ventilation. If you are using the battery cage, you make sure that the nipples and the drinkers, that there is no blockage. You make sure that the water is getting to the beds, because I can tell you there is a farm that I know that lost majority of their beds in about 2 days, simply because the nipple of their battery cage was blocked, and the birds could not drink water, and they were unalive. So you don't want that to happen to you. And again, if you are going for the battery cage, make sure you have proper litter management system put in place. Otherwise, you may have issue with diseases. So the type of system that you use can also affect the quantity of your egg production. So one of the mistake that I've seen some farmers make is lack of proper biosecurity and disease control. Here we practice the deep litter system. And the reason we practice the deep litter system is because we want our birds to be free. It has its challenges. If you do not know what you're going to do, if you do not know what you are doing, you're going to have diseases outbreak back to back. But that is not the case here. If I take this litter right now, if I take the litter right now, as you can see, it's dry. It's dry. So you want to make sure that the litter itself is dry. You can take it up, and you can lift it up. And also, before I came in, you could see that I got into the food deep, and I'm putting on my gumboot. And these are just the system that we put in place, to augment issues of disease outbreak and all of that. So number 9 is poor management. Guys, if you get this one wrong, if you get this one wrong, forget it. I have seen farm close down, not because of diseases, not because of the birds, but simply because they have bad management. And the management starts with you as the owner. You must make sure that you put system in place, and make sure that you are present. I'm going to do a video about how to properly manage your farm, because I can tell you categorically, proudly, that we've gotten our management on spot. But it took us a lot of trial and error, a lot of mistakes. We were burnt badly. We had issues where issues of theft. We have issues of mismanagement. We've had it all. We've experienced everything that has to do, that almost every poultry farmer may have experienced. But we've learned over the years how to manage our farm. And in a separate video, I'm going to have a discussion on that. But you need to get your management on spot. You need to proper accountability, proper system in place, your presence. You don't just set up a farm and go anywhere you want to go, you need to keep an eye. It's not enough to just set up camera. Trust me, I'm going to talk a lot. I'm going to do a video on how to properly manage your farm. And then finally, which is the 10th mistake that I have seen, because before going to that one, if you get a proper management, you're going to have proper accountability, and then you would know what your birds are producing. Proper management can help in improving the quantity of your egg production. Finally, is issue of theft. Look, you may be producing, your bird may be machine producing more than 90%, 80%, whereas what is being reported to you is maybe 50% or 60%. So basically, you've set up a farm for someone else. So proper management also goes with the last point, which is issues of theft. You must make sure that you reduce issues of theft in your farm, to otherwise, your bird may be producing, but you do not know that your birds are producing. But there are other things that you need to put in place, like you need to put in camera in your farm. You need to employ right. You need to take care of your community, treat your community very well. And I can tell you, I have had instances where people around the community, come to me and report theft to me, that, oh, this your staff, I saw this your staff, doing this. So guys, you don't want to be a situation of monkey they walk, babu they shop, as they say it locally here in Nigeria in our pidgin English. So you don't want to be like the monkey that is walking, and then the babu is relaxing, be shopping. That babu could be your staff. So we're going to talk about, so issues of theft is one thing that could also affect the quantity of your egg production. It may not necessarily be that your birds are not laying. It may just be that maybe you employ the wrong people, or the community itself is stealing from you. So there are other ways where you can augment the issues of theft. We're going to do a video on that. So we hope that by sharing our own experiences, that these experiences, you can take cue from them and use them to improve your farm, because we care for our farmers. Like as we said, the aim of this channel is twofold. One is to support farmers, newbies farmers, experienced farmers, by sharing our experiences with you guys, and secondly, to contribute to food security in Africa. So please do wait to like, subscribe on this channel, and we hope to see you in our next video. Take care.